of shadows.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and for today's video I'm going to be doing something on here that I haven't done in a little while, and that is sharing an experience of a fellow Reese's Pieces and the entity that she is being haunted by and has been stalked by since she was around 5 years old. I can honestly say when I received this email I had goosebumps all over my arms from the very start to the very middle, where I decided, you know what, no, I need to finish reading this on my channel. I need to bring it to the fellow Reese's Pieces, which was actually one of her requests as well, and I need to ask your guys' opinions as well as give my own. Before we get into today's video though, I would just very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, Scentbird, which you guys know I've teamed up with Scentbird in the past as well already because I absolutely love Scentbird. For just $15 a month, Scentbird allows you to try out a variety of different designer and high-end perfumes and colognes. They come in these cute little bags like so, and when you open them up, they're the most adorable trial and travel perfumes. And oh my gosh, I love the smell. Now Scentbird actually carries my favorite scent of all time, which is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but what I really love about Scentbird is that for somebody who may be indecisive or somebody who may not have found their fragrance yet, that you get the option to trial out different perfumes and see which one works for you without having to spend the full price on the full bottle. They have Dolce & Gabbana, Gucci, Versace, Burberry, and way more. So if you guys want to trial Scentbird, all you gotta do is click the link at the very top of my description and trial Scentbird for 50% off of your first month. So thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. I cannot wait to try out these new scents. And without further ado, let's head on into today's story. As you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I opened up an email for you guys to send in your paranormal questions or experiences, and that is questions@haileyreese.com. Now, the only issue with this email is that because I get so many emails per day, I end up like taking 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, sometimes 5 months to get to an email because I'm filtering through all of them one by one and taking my time to really read through each and every one of them. I feel really bad because I will finally get to an email like the one I'm about to share with you guys, and it seems like somebody was really desperate and really in need of my opinion and my answers and just really wants some advice. And I do want to say I'm clearly not an expert. I'm just somebody who spends all of my spare time diving into this stuff, and so you kind of accumulate an idea based off of my own personal experiences and the experiences that I've read up on and the places that I've went and traveled and had experiences in. So this email really touched me, and like I said, I didn't get too far into the email, so I figured, because she does mention that if I want to bring it on here and share it with you guys because she really wants advice, I figured for today's video I would do kind of a laid back video. I would read you guys the email, I would give my opinion. I am still going to email her back personally, but I really want you guys to give your opinions as well, because like I said, I'm definitely not an expert. I'm not. What I think is not solely what's right. Everybody has their own approaches to these things. And so it would be really nice if you guys have any ideas of what she should do or what you think is going on, let her know in the comments below, and I will make sure to let her know to go and read them. But without further ado, I'm gonna get right on into this email. It's a little bit lengthy, but I just feel for her. So, dear Hailey and the Reese's Pieces, I say the Reese's Pieces too because if by some miracle you see this email, I hope and pray that either you or my fellow Reese's Pieces can help me in some way. My name is Felicity, and I've been a Reese's Pieces for a very long time. I really like that name. I actually found your channel because I was starting to experience what I'm about to share with you. It's much worse now. And was looking for a way to feel validated. I felt so alone in my experiences, and at sometimes started to feel like I was crazy. Thank you for your channel and for showing me that I am not crazy. It all started when I was a child. I'm 18 years old now, but this must have started at around 5 or 6. My family home is an old farmhouse that has property that stretches for miles. Surrounding the edges of the back end of my property is a small forest that's in front of a river. As a child, me and my 2 older siblings would go down to the forest near the river to play. My dad had built us a tree house of sorts. It wasn't up in a tree, but it was between 2 trees. This treehouse was near the river too. I should say that I am the youngest of 3 kids. I have an older sister and an older brother. My mom always told us to be careful by the river, and the one rule with playing on our property, since we had a lot of it, we were always outside finding things to do, was that if it started to get dark, we needed to go home. I know that to you 5 years old down by a river might seem irresponsible of my parents, but this is how we've all been raised. Me and my siblings just had to watch out for each other. I don't remember if I was 5 or 6 when it first happened, but I remember it like yesterday. I was inside of our treehouse and my siblings were running around on the outside of it. Our treehouse had a window facing the river, and I kept peeking out of it to see what my siblings were doing. I noticed that the sun was starting to set, and I knew we'd be heading in soon. I went to call out to my sister Faith, and that's when I saw this woman. She was standing inside of the river. She had on a black dress with black hair and these eyes that looked like they were looking right at you. I was so young, but I knew that she could see me. I started calling for Faith and Foster, my brother and sister, and they came over to the treehouse. The woman was still there, and in shock, I asked them who that was. To my surprise, neither one of them could see her, but she hadn't disappeared to me. She was still there, staring at me. That was the start of many sightings of her, always in the water, always dressed the same, always looking at me, and never seen by Faith or Foster. Sometimes I hear my name whispered, like a wind sound of Felicity. Other times, she would just watch. Until one day, by now I was probably around 10, I was down by the water, this time only with Foster. Foster wanted to skip rocks in the river and compete over it. After a few turns, the woman appeared. Except this time, she actually started walking towards me, slowly, almost like a glide. She'd never moved before this. I screamed and ran, and Foster followed. He ran so fast with me, I really thought that he saw her too, but I later found out he only ran because I did. After this, I refused to play down by the water anymore. Nobody could understand because nobody believed me. Nobody saw her. I chose to play close to home and never went down to the forest area of our property again. Eventually, a few years passed and I didn't think of the woman anymore. Me and my siblings didn't play outside as much anymore because we were teenagers now, and I slowly forgot about the woman. In fact, I even started to think that maybe I had made her up. When I was around 16, almost 17, I had a bunch of girls over to my house for a sleepover. We started telling ghost stories and sharing our own experiences. That's when I decided to tell my story. Everyone freaked out and couldn't believe it had happened here at my house. That's when we made a big mistake. They decided they wanted to go down to that river at 3 a.m. and call for the woman to see if she was real. I didn't want to. Suddenly all the feelings I once felt came back, but a part of me did want the closure to know if what I saw between the age of 5 to 10 was real or not. Stupidly, we went. Oh no. We went down to the river and we called for the woman. Looking back, it even seems like it might have been a taunt. Some of the girls were saying things like, "What, you only came to scare a little kid? Where are you now? Show yourself." She didn't though. She never came that night. I was relieved. I thought it was true. I'd made it all up. That's when the worst started. One night, after a long day, I went to take a bath. I was relaxing until I looked at the reflection of the silver bath spout and I saw what nightmares are made of. I saw her, behind me in the reflection. She looked exactly as I remembered, but angrier. So angry. I went to scream, but before I could, I felt a sharp, burning pain on my back. I rushed out of the tub, and that's when I saw in the mirror I had 3 giant scratches down my back. Ever since then, anytime I'm in the water or around the water, I feel her around. And I see her around. Sometimes she scratches me. Other times she just watches. But she's not just at the river anymore. She's anywhere water is. I'm scared that she's going to drown me. I'm scared as to what she wants from me. I feel like anytime I'm in or around water, she gets stronger. I feel like she's angry that we taunted her that night. I'm so scared and I don't know what to do. Hailey, I know this sounds crazy, but if there's anyone who would believe me, it's you and the Reese's Pieces. Your channel has made me realize that I need to share this story. I need advice. please, please, please. You can share this on your channel if you want. I just don't want to feel alone anymore. I want her to stop following me. I want to feel free from her. What can I do? How can I stop her? Why did she choose me? Anything you can say will help. I love you so much. If you read this, thank you, Felicity. That literally to me sounds like something out of a movie. Like, that is so scary to think that you had all of these experiences as a child, and then moving forth into your future, you're starting to see this woman again. Now, my initial reaction when I read this email just now and I got to the end of it was that perhaps this woman may have drowned in that river or had a tragedy in that river and felt like she could connect with Felicity, because she never did anything to Felicity. She just recognized that she could see Felicity and Felicity could see her. And because she never caused her any harm, and because she'd always just kind of stood there, it makes me wonder if Felicity either A, has a gift, or B, because she was so young, was able to see her and the spirit wanted to be seen. The other thing that I was thinking is maybe she was coming towards her to share her story with her or to approach her, and maybe perhaps Felicity and her friends going back as an adult and telling her to show herself provoked the spirit to be able to now attach itself to Felicity and show itself and make itself known. What I find interesting about this as well, you guys, is the fact that while she was down there with her brother and sister, they never saw her. While she was down there with her friends, they didn't see her. But after she went back home, I don't know how long after, she showed herself. And it's almost like she has this connection to Felicity. The thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way about this email is the fact that she was scratched down her back. When spirits or entities are suddenly able to physically cause harm or physically move an item from here to here, that's a very powerful spirit. That's a spirit beyond just a typical ghost passing through or a stereotypically trapped spirit. Nonetheless, I feel like Felicity's gonna have to do a cleanse. I feel like Felicity should try to cross the spirit over and figure out why this spirit has formed this attachment to her. I feel like her protection is most important if she is receiving scratches down her back. I want to make something very clear to you guys, is that not all paranormal experiences are scary. Not all spirits that attach themselves to us or make themselves known to us want to cause harm to us. Sometimes they want to be heard. Sometimes they want to be seen. Sometimes they want to be acknowledged, and sometimes they just want to be crossed over. They just want to cross on. So besides the scratching, for all these years to have passed, she's 18 now, she first saw it when she was 5, I feel like if this entity or spirit really wanted to cause harm to her, she may have done it by now. I feel like there's something much deeper about this haunting than just her wanting to cause harm. I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna have to reply back to Felicity. I'm gonna have to reach out to Felicity. I'm gonna do that as soon as I finish filming this video. I was just so in the moment that I really wanted to get all my thoughts out there, get this video up for you guys, get in contact with her, and figure out and learn more. Because like I said, this email has been in my inbox for a while now. I wanna kind of see where things are at and see what we can do in order to bring peace to this spirit and to bring peace to Felicity's life. What do you guys think of this story? Like, the minute that I started reading it, I knew that I had to bring it here on my channel because I feel like you guys are so insightful and you guys all have differences in opinions and different approaches to spirits and hauntings, and I really want to hear what you guys think of this. So make sure you guys let me know in the comments below what your opinion is of this. Let Felicity know what you feel she should do, because I am going to encourage her to come and read the comment section. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are experiencing any hauntings of your own as well, or any paranormal activity, make sure you guys send in your emails to questions@haileyreese.com, because while I don't bring every single thing here to my channel, I do my best to reply and give my opinion and reach out to you guys. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for giving all of your opinions down below. I know that you guys are going to give Felicity the best advice ever. Thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, make sure you go ahead and click the subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you guys.